was a lovely day. Started off with that nice little drive to go on some errands this morning. Mountains look fantastic, and I'm kind of exhausted because I took the exhaust off of the 2-liter. As those that have followed me for a long time know, when I built the 2-liter, it was too wide for a standard exhaust to fit. I didn't want to run the split exhaust that you see here, which is an exhaust that came on my very first sand drill years and years ago. It was a Johnny Speed and chrome frame, and I've saved it and had it on and off different things. It's way too loud. The glass backs are burned out, but it's really nice because you have access to the center of the motor, the distributor, timing marks. It is more difficult to do valve adjustment, but you only have to do that every blue moon. So what that allows me to do is take this 1 3/8" exhaust system that's on the 2110. Now that I have those big ported and polished heads, I want to try it with these larger header pipes. Now this isn't the best header pipe, even though it is a merged exhaust, because they're unequal length. Ideally you would want an equal length header system, but I'm not racing. But I do want to try it. I don't think this is going to be a long-term engine, but I do have plans to do some experimenting on the 1800 that's in the Baja, and if I take that engine out to redo that oil leak that I screwed up, I will pop the 2110 in there, and I'm curious what it will sound like with this exhaust in an enclosed car like that. Always searching for what I feel is the best combination, and there's a gazillion things to try, and I'm never satisfied with any one of them for very long. And with as many parts and as many vehicles as I got, I'm always rotating stuff just because I get the mood and I can. We also have the 40 IDF Weber that we never got to run right on the Baja, which had the 1600 in it. And according to local rumor, you need more displacement to make that thing run smoothly in varied conditions. So I may make another attempt to put that on there. I haven't decided when I take this engine apart whether I'm going to stick with this cam. I'm considering putting a stock cam in it, just because the whole trip my operating RPM was never over 3,500, and most of the time I was around 3,000. So why have a performance cam that moves the power band up? The problem with a center mount or any carburetor with long intake runners is keeping those intake runners warm. And I had an idea that I've been wanting to experiment with. These are motorcycle hand grip warmers that you use in the wintertime, and I thought maybe I would experiment with wrapping them around the intake runners on the exhaust. I don't know, I know they got my handle grips awful hot, and I would put this on, and then I would put insulation around them to help hold that heat in there, and it'll be interesting experiment. They don't draw that much because you can use it on a motorcycle, a trail bike no less. And I had those already. I was going through my stuff and I found them. I'm probably going to put these tires back on them because they're a little shorter. I find myself running around town in third gear all the time, and that's no big deal. It's nice. All my engines have enough power and run good enough, but I'm trying to move away from the dual carbs, and I want the torque, but I'm not as concerned about all-out performance. I just had a wonderful time on my trip with the Baja, 27 miles to the gallon, and enough power to go down the road at the speed limit, take on the hills. What more could you ask? I'm just trying to simplify that, and I did have some aggravation with carbs, as I always do, and even if I go with that single IDF Weber, but it cuts the possible problems in half when you have one instead of two. And one, in my opinion, will never perform as good as two. But that remains to be seen. I'm going to play with it as long as I have this engine together with this configuration. So, kind of an update. Did kind of straighten the garage. It probably doesn't look like it, but before the sun goes down, every time I do a job, I'm excited as a young teenager. I want to go try it out. So I even have the original oak blocks of wood that I put in here to act as a vibration damper on those big headers that are just hanging out there. And like I say, these are blown out. I think they look nice and allow nice access to the engine. So who knows? I'll run them for a while till I get tired, then I'll do something else. Sounds a little different than the 4-into-1. The carbs add to the individual exhaust, I guess. I don't know. This sounds different. That's what's going on here. Hope your day went well. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subbing. TheEZGZ out.